Stay.
from and three vertical, although not columns.
Are you on the phones? I can't get the class.
So
Kelly from Canada.
I wasn't clear. My horses have all passed away.
yes, I just wanted to comment and thank you, Tom.
One of them, she lived to be 40.
Wow.
Tom, was she in Appaloosa?
Yes, they all were Appaloosas or half Arabs or, yes.
Yeah, yeah. I worked on an Appaloosa once out at Best Friends who was 49.
Wow.
Yeah, he had a full set of dentures, permanent
Really?
dentures. Yep, yep. Sorry, I had to run away. The tech, when we get a lot of folks, it tends to drop. So hopefully I'm here now, and hopefully, and it's recording. So even though normally we said class would start at 11, since this is more of a visit really than a class, I'd like to have everybody introduce themselves. So we'll keep going if that's all right. So Robin, my dear, another faculty member.
Good morning from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. And Tom, I'm from Denver. I'm just a transplant up here, so yay to see you in Denver. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I am a faculty teacher with Jinshin Jitsu for Animals, which has been a goal of mine, I think, since the day I met Adele. But I'm very excited this year because I work a lot with the Humane Society here, and we have a new executive director, and she is fully supportive of what I do. And so I've been doing all kinds of work with animals there, and staff, one of the staff members, hopefully she'll sign on today, but she's helping me do some videos and things like that. So I'm thrilled to be here, and it's a beautiful day here. We have been surrounded by snow, but not much in our area, but it's cold. Cold. Anyway, glad to be here.
All right, Becky Gilliam.
Yes, I'm Becky Gillum. I'm from Granbury, Texas. I took your class in Princeton, Texas a few years ago. And this is my American Alsatian Bear, and she's wanting to go to her food bowl.
Very good. Very good. Of course, I heard it wrong. It dropped for a second, and I thought you said you had a bear, and I was very excited.
Her name was Bear.
Gotcha.
Kate, you want to introduce yourself next?
We could.
Oh,
We just happen to have a bear mask in case we need it.
cute.
Am I next?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Hi, everybody. I'm Kate, another of Adele's new faculty members, coming to you from Eugene, Oregon, just a little north of Cary, where we live in a tiny house. Actually, I currently, with our rescue dog, Mahina. Come here. Come here. Everybody wants to see. Teacher. She's a 8-year-old white German Shepherd that we adopted last year from the rescue where we live, northwest Toronto.
Thank you, my love. Phenomenal. And Gina and Raven.
It's dachshunds too. And Raven got into the act. She says it's an ugly tie.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
We live here in southern Indiana. Thankfully, the storms, most of them missed us last night, but I want to, say prayers for all those people, especially in Kentucky. Our friends in Kentucky got really hard hit last night. But we're here and we're ready to roll, especially, right? She's not impressed with the tie, by the way, if you can tell.
For what it's worth, I'm not impressed with my sweater, but hey. Thank you, my dear. Donette.
You froze.
You froze again.
Oh, hello. Hi, I have not, okay, I'm Donette and I live in Olympia, Washington. I'm a transplant from Hawaii. I do not own any animals, but Adele, when you first started offering the classes and the experiences online, oh my gosh, now I have I don't own any animals, but I've got a lot of animal friends around, and I am a Jinshin Jyutsu practitioner. And so I just share it with my friends and we do trades. But I'm here this morning because I love the energy that you all share. And I just thought, the holidays is a nice time to just get that energy. And so I'm just really happy to see everyone this morning. And I love all that I learned from you all and all that you're willing to share. And I'm very, very grateful. And grateful to, no pets. My first animal that I worked with was a sheep. And boy, was that, she was a teacher. She was a genuine teacher for me. So anyway, I'm very grateful. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for being with us. And if and when you decide it's time, you let me know and I will move heaven and earth to get you the animal of your dreams. So, Yvonne.
Me. Can you hear me? Because it's really the connection isn't the best.
Yes.
I'm Yvonne. I'm from Switzerland, and I don't even remember when our last class was, Adele. I'm like, this is terrible. I think about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I mainly work on customer animals, like the ones I take care of: dogs, cats, sheep, ferrets, guinea pigs. That was a hard one. That was real hard. And the worst was a budgie the other day. So that was pretty challenging. That was hard, but I really enjoyed it. So yeah, so from across the pond, hello everybody. I'm glad I finally made one of Adele's online classes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. And Deborah.
Good morning. I'm Deborah and I'm from Benson, Arizona. I am joining today because I want to learn a little bit more about Jinshin. I'm in Kelly's group, although I haven't been attending Kelly. I've been watching the replays since I got my little 5-month-old golden retriever over here. It's a little hard to keep an hour and pay attention to the computer with him running around. He's a top priority. So I do the replays when I can have time. And Adele, I just recently received your book and I have read it. I am currently a Reiki practitioner, but studying Jinshin as well. And so I just wanted to learn a little bit to be able to work on my new little pup. And so I'm joining in. Adele, I always listened to you during the previous year on the webinars, and I truly enjoyed when you were on there. So this is what brings me today to just be able to say hello to everybody, and hopefully I can learn a little bit more about Jin Shin and working with my little boy.
Beautiful, thank you. Well, I'm realizing I wanted to go all the way around, but I'm realizing it's almost a quarter of our time already, and we're still saying hello. So I feel like we should jump in. I just want to highlight a couple folks quick. Ann Crosby, can you say hello? Ann has been integral to this work.
Hello, everyone. And it's just so wonderful to be back in the company of all of you who love animals, and it just sort of spreads. It's a perfect time. You guys have talked about the season, and it's just a wonderful time to gather together. I'm from Leavenworth, Washington. We just got here for a couple of years at the Humane Society Down Valley, and got my dog Tristan. And it turned, so he was marketed as a pit bull, but I met an Argentinian couple who whipped out their phones and showed me that he is, in effect, a Doggo Argentino. He's not purebred, but he is very close. So it sort of changed my expectations, because they were bred 100 years ago for hunting boar and bear and cougar, and to be extensively strong over multi-day searches. So I've changed my expectations about how he is going to be fitting into my life, but we do work together every night. And I think of you, Adele, you talk about working with your animals in the evening and when they're quiet, and it's a great way to prepare for sleeping and relaxing and stuff like that. So we do that.
Thank you, darling. Hip hooray. And Janice, can you say hi?
Hey everyone, I'm Janice. We're here in Austin, Texas. I got my not quite ugly sweater, but look, I've got Snoopy today. And I thought it was going to be warm when I went outside because it was yesterday, but we're in Texas. So that means nothing, and it is not warm today. I'm really excited to be here. It seems like everyone's talking about their dogs. I have more than one. And my littlest dog right now has 3 legs, and she's wearing jingle bells. And so she's very cute hopping around, but she also seems to super like it. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Beautiful, thank you. And there's a few more folks, they're not all faculty, but I want to take a minute and just say hello. First off, very few of you have actually met her. This is my sister, Susan Reinhardt, and her son are on here. And wow, I just changed views. How did I lose everybody? Okay, can you unmute, or is it you have too many dogs on your lap to hit the button?
Trying there. Okay.
Yes, you did it. Yes.
We have 3 of them with us in our laps. We have a golden retriever who thinks she should just lay down and take over the whole lap. A wire-hair dachshund, and our puppy, which is a Morkie Poo.
And is it snowing?
Not right now. We're due for a windstorm with 70-mile-per-hour winds. It's supposed to hit within the next 2 hours.
Oh, I miss it. You know, some of the folks wondered about that. Who was it? It was Lynn Bryson who asked me about the antique picture down in the bottom of the last invite. Well, that would have been a picture of my sister torturing me in a snowdrift when I was a little kid in Buffalo. So
no, I was trying to help you walk.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yes. And next to you, this, I feel like I finally have some stiff, ugly sweater competition. Sue Sherman, we need to see this get up. Oh, you're muted, Angel. Wow, she's a cross between Ruth Bader Ginsburg and an ugly sweater.
So it's just a fun opportunity to to do something fun on Zoom. You know, I spent all day long working on a WebEx system, so I can't wait to unveil this to my coworkers next Wednesday at our staff party.
Oh, Sue, it's fantastic.
It's lots of fun, but I do want to say thank you to everybody on the call. I echo that same thinking that we come to Adele sessions because there's a lot of lightness and joy and kindness in everybody. It just keeps me going, staying part of this community. But I want to celebrate today with you, everyone. My guy, Darren, is a golden retriever. He's 7 years old, and I got him last Valentine's Day. And he learned today that he could actually get on the bed when I'm not in the bed. And I found him this morning sprawled out, as happy as can be. It took him, in 10 months to relax enough that he can get on my bed and go to sleep and be comfortable. So I'm super proud of him. It's a big change for him. So yeah. He's been getting lots of JSJ. We've been dealing with some issues, and then he had a breeding on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we got to go to the love shack, as they call it, and he had a grand time. Fascinating what happens to the male, because his energy system switched on him, and I had to do lots of work to get it back on an even keel. It was fascinating to work on him. Very happy. Yeah.
Thank you, Susan. And I know, I say we're stopping, but I swear just a few more people, because I see that Catherine Botis is here all the way from Durban, South Africa. And we've been hearing, my ears always perk up for South African news, but how are you all? I know you can't speak for the whole country, but how are things going?
Well, first of all, we are not sitting with jumpers on. We have, or sweaters on, as you call them. I have the air conditioner blowing in the background. It's 34 degrees Celsius at the moment. We're going into summer. It's quite a frightening time because the new variant is extremely contagious. We're having a high number of cases every day. So we're all waiting to find out if we'll be locked down again before the festive season. So I think there's a lot of tension and anxiety. And I'm here for some fun.
Yeah, well, we're thankful that you're in this community, and I'm so glad to see you. You've been in my heart.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And Mary Luton down there, the queen of the puppies. Can you unmute with one in your, yeah.
Hi there. This is Amethyst. I currently have 4 dogs, 2 cats. I have a husky. She wants to be a Luton, but she's already adopted. And Adele is my greatest teacher. But these puppies, having hundreds of puppies, teaches you a lot. And I do Jinsen Jitsu every day, all day. And she just wanted to say hi. Can't stay long. We've got 7 adoptions in a little while and snow coming.
Mary and I were kicking around the idea the other day that come the new year, I think Mary is truly the queen of working on the puppies. She has it down like I've never seen before. And so I think we'll play with maybe a webinar format that allows us to do a puppy class and perhaps try to reach out to refuges and shelters and things like that. I mean, obviously anybody else with a puppy too, but I think it might be really useful in that format. So thanks for dropping by. Drive safe. All right, let me just flip to page 2. It's not that I don't want to talk to everybody. It's, is that Angel? Leslie, is that really Angel?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not even sorry. I'm happy. You got to hear this story. This is amazing.
Hi, everybody. I'm Leslie Sager. I live in Keller, Texas. I have 2 dogs and 3 cats. And Angel's the most recent one that came along, literally came along. Mid-September, she showed up in the neighborhood, skin and bones, with a big shock collar on her neck. And she wouldn't let anybody get within 20 feet of her. She'd bolt. If you looked at her or came close to her, she'd literally bolt. Some of my neighbors put food out for her. I put food and water out for her. And she, you know, she was coming onto my property to get water. And so I decided I would really try to see what I could do to, you know, and obviously food, because she was literally starving. I thought she was a very old dog when I first saw her because she moved, you know, poorly and had a hard time getting up. She's a Great Pyrenees or a Great Pyrenees mix. I'm not exactly sure, but I think she's a Great Pyrenees. And so I went out one day when she was nearby, and I thought, well, what would Adele do? And so I centered myself. Well, and I was in my shorts and sandals, and it was hot, and there were ants everywhere. And I'm standing there going, well, this is probably not the best spot to be trying to do this. But I centered myself, and I had dog food and dog biscuits. And before I got done centering myself, she came up to me, came close. And I was able to give her dog biscuits out of my hand. And, you know, and then the next day I was able to get her into my backyard. I mean, she did it on, she decided to come in on her own. All I had to do was shut the gate. And then I was like, now what do I do? It took me 2 weeks to get the shock collar off of her. And she had 2 other collars, a flea collar that was so tight, it was obviously had been put on when she was quite young. But it was very difficult to try to touch her or handle her. You know, I had to, you know, I was able to touch her when she was feeding, but I had to stay away from her neck area, which is why it was so hard to get the collars on. But I did, I persevered. And she is the most loving, sweet dog. I had to have a mobile vet come to look at her right after Thanksgiving because she's terrified of cars. I can't get her in my car, which is my next big challenge because she does have heartworms. And so I have to take her to a clinic to get treated. But I have friends. We're going to probably put her in her crate and lift the crate into my boyfriend's car and get her down the road to the vet. That's probably how it's going to happen. So anyway, it's been an interesting journey. I've learned a lot from her. I was more upset about the heartworm. She wasn't upset at all. She, you know, didn't bother her a bit. She's happy. She's asymptomatic. She did go into heat. Well, that was a new experience. I had to buy diapers for her. But I bring her in at night. She's usually outside during the day in my backyard. But at night I bring her in. So I was putting diapers on her. Well, she's like Houdini. She got them off. And I could, you know, I mean, I even used half a roll of duct tape trying to keep this diaper on her. She still got it off and just would look at me like, so there. And I finally gave up on the diapers. So she's just been a big love, and she's made my other dog, Bentley, who's also a rescue dog, more comfortable being with her. I mean, because Bentley never liked being around other dogs. She was a socialite snob around other dogs. Children, yes, dogs, no. But now she gets along great with Angel. So it's been a very interesting journey. So anyway, loved everybody. This is great. And this one class with Adele, and I was able to get a dog who wouldn't go to anyone come to me. If that's not miraculous, I don't know what is. So Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you, Angel. She's been emailing. It's been wonderful to listen to the progress. So great. Well, So I'm sorry for all those we didn't get to say hello. If you'd like to put where you're from and anything else in the chat, that is beautiful. We will record and we will do our best to send this out. And so what I'd like to do now is a short centering, and then go into answering some questions that my faculty are going to jump in. Here's my concept. We'll see if it works. So you guys get to ask your dog questions or cat questions. We don't have as many cats today, or llama, ferret, bird questions. And then, okay, faculty, what I think you should do is go down here into the reactions and see who can raise their hand fastest. And that's the only way I can think of to play What's My Quickie on a Jin Shin class. So, but let's start. I was thinking about a centering for today. And as I thought about the date, I thought, well, it's almost like the self-help umbilicus, and it clears body, mind, spirit. So I'll go up here into speaker view, and we are going to do December 11th, 2021, 12/11/2021. A little bit of clearing together. All righty. So let yourself center. Feel your feet on the ground. Let that energy sink down from your feet to the center of the earth and out the top of your head to the universal. And we'll start honoring December right here, the 12s at the side of the neck. The 12s came into the universe, meaning not my will, but thy will. Surrender of the personal consciousness in direction of the universal. Helps break down stubbornness. The way to remember it is that when you're shaking your head no, you're stressing your 12s. We would never do that. And become aware of your breath. Without manipulating it or changing it, just follow that cycle. Exhale down the front of the body, letting go. Inhale up the back, receiving. We're clearing that mind level. Twelve is that master switch that clears everything in the waistline. The 14s, the 9s, the 23s, the 19s. Digestion of food and ideas, opening up, letting go. And notice how as those 12s open, you might find that your head wants to bow gently. Surrender of the personal consciousness in direction of the universal. And then from the center of the neck, Let your hands come down to the top of your shoulders for the 11th, December 11th. You can be this way or you can be this way, whatever feels comfy. Feel those bricks in there? 11's all about letting go of excess baggage. Follow that breath. And just notice, is it getting stuck anywhere? Can you give it permission to exhale out your feet more deeply? And then as you inhale up the back, receive from the abundance. And notice if you can put down any of the weight of the 11s. A body level clearer, master switch that's going to clear the 15s and the 2s, the 17s. And then we'll come on up to the 20s here in our forehead. You can interlace your fingers or just hold that forehead at the 20s. Now here's the trick. Can you melt your shoulders and hold your 20s? That eternity, opening up the third eye, what was, is, and will be. A spirit level harmonizer. And then down to the year, here at the 21s. Freedom from mental bondage at the base of the cheekbones. You can hold them any way you like. I kind of like to get in there and work with ring fingers by the nose, middle finger at the base of the cheekbone, index fingers wide on the cheek. Those three placements reflect the three circles of the stomach flow. So you're clearing everything about freedom from mental bondage. A mind level clearer.
And when you take all those numbers and you add them up and reduce it down, what a surprise, you get a 1, the prime mover. So let's finish coming down inside our knees, right here. Safety energy lock 1. You can go this hand, you can go cross hands. Our prime mover, bringing unity, taking us forward. It's the unity of this whole community that just fills my heart so much. And when you're feeling centered and present, come on back. So, who's got a question for us today? You don't want me to have to make up questions. Good, Lisa. Can you unmask or unmute?
I did. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a 10-year-old brown tabby male who had a bladder infection. We've worked with that, but he, in this process, started spraying at different places in the house. So my friend of mine, who is a very gifted network chiropractor, has often talked about Tabrizo's need for a space of masculinity, but a positive masculine. So anything that might help him in a household with his sister, who's more of the alpha in the pair. So, yeah, thank you.
All right. Okay, faculty, you're on the hot seat. Who's got ideas? And remember, we're not going to do it wrong. Kelly wins. Okay, girl.
Great. Lisa, I'm glad to hear that Tabrizo is doing well, but you know, often in Jinshin Jitsu, as we work with one project, another one comes up to the surface to work with. And I was thinking of a couple of things, actually. And of course, you can always use the bladder flow, but I was thinking of relationship and working with the Safety Energy Lock 3 and 15. And also we have the chaos flow, which is opposite 24 and 26. And with the animal, you can certainly work with 24 and 26, or you can hold them individually. And you know, we can always work same side of the body instead of opposites like we do with humans. But I was just thinking, how can he be in relationship with the household? The peacemaker is also another name for the 24-26 flow.
And does that make sense? Do you need me to demo on Carmen, or is that? Oops, we lost Lisa.
It makes sense. So thank you.
Great, great.
Yeah.
Let's see, Tate, I saw you for a moment there.
Oh yeah, I was hitting the wrong button to raise hand earlier. I also, well, I love Kelly's suggestions, first of all. I was brought first to the 19-1 flow, so connecting with the elbow and the opposite knee. Great for so many things, but my connection is leadership and authority. So really helping him to establish his place in the space. That's all.
That's beautiful. I love it. I love it. And of course, Tate is here with a big responsibility of upholding the masculine energy here with Tom and John. So thank you. And Janice, my dear.
Yeah, I really like, especially Kelly's ideas around relationship. And my thought would be doing those same flows with your female cat. I think that it may not just be about the boy. I think that it sounds like that if we've got here and here, then we're coming into balance. I mean, I thought of 6, that would probably be your 6, not theirs. But I do really like all the 24, 26 that Kelly was talking about, and the 315. So, but I would just also include the girl.
Thank you.
Beautiful. These are great ideas. This might not be as wildly competitive as all game shows, but I think you're doing great. Let's see, where is Melissa? Oh, she is on all the way from Hawaii at a very early hour. There you go.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Not you. Somebody else is responding. Yes, I can hear you. Aloha, everybody. There is snow on the mountains. So yes, we have snow here too. I've just been doing the class with Adele, and she knows Whiskey and Coco. Whiskey now has something with her heart in addition to falling out of a tall vehicle onto concrete. She's age 15. One vet where I used to live monitoring her kidneys so we don't go too high, changing her diet so she doesn't get a lot of protein. And now the vet here where I'm living has, she's also getting some contact allergy all over her paws. So I took her to the vet here who says her heart now is from a 1 to 2 to a 3 to 4. And she doesn't have her appointment with her old vet where we used to live until January. So I'm juggling vets. And so I'm just wondering, Adele and everybody, if Whiskey absolutely adores the Jinshin Jitsu and she needs it every single day. But if for some reason she doesn't want a long session, what is the 1 or 2 things that I can do to help her with the heart, because we don't want it to go up to a 6, and keeping the kidneys in balance, and helping the back legs from the fall and the nerve damage. And she's a really, really happy dog, and also the allergies. So should it be spleen? Should it be the other one? Anyway,
Well,
that's my question.
If I didn't say spleen, you would all leave the call. But let's see. Robin was Robin?
Yes, and yes, I will speak for Adele. The spleen flow helps every single organ in the body. And I think that's an excellent way to work with Whiskey. But while I was sitting here listening, I was thinking fatigue flow, which is not one that's in our book, but it's very, very simple self-help that if Whiskey loves
dog.
Jinshin Jitsu, dog. Whiskey loves Jinshin Jitsu. It's this. You just put your hands on top of the head. So the right hand fingers are close to the right side of the center and left here. And that is the short quickie for fatigue flow. And lots of people, human and otherwise, forget about this flow, but it cleans the body first by working on the animal, and then allows for the fresh energy to come in. And it is recommended for anything, serious, critical, ordinary. And when I have an animal that'll allow me to do that, it's fabulous.
Wonderful, great. And Carrie?
That's good.
Yeah, okay, I'm unmuted. Well, you have a lot of projects going on, so I was trying to think of something that could be simple for you or for Whiskey, but you were saying that Whiskey might have a low tolerance to have the Gentian for very long. So things that you can do for yourself or on Whiskey is Safety Energy Lock 10, which is really good for the heart. And for you, it would be crossing your arms and holding the upper part of your mid arm. What's that called?
High 19.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what's
bicep.
the bicep. Thank you. So holding your bicep, and then that's really good for the heart. And then what you can do is you can come down to your 19s, which is your elbow areas, and that helps for allergies. And so I think what Robin said with the spleen is really good, but for your for the heart and for allergies, you can just stay on your arm there or your dog's arm too. And then obviously bladder flow for the back of the legs, getting kind of weak. That's just a lovely flow for any being. It's just a really great flow. So I hope that it helps you a little bit.
Beautiful, thank you.
Everything helps.
And-
Thank you.
And Tate.
Okay, hi. Yeah, there's always so many options. That's one of the wonderful things about Jin Shinjitsu. Actually, Robin does give us, it's not a quote unquote fatigue flow for the animals, but in the Revitalizer and Calmer, that is one of the things that flow aids is general fatigue. And that step is connecting with the 10s between the chest and the 4s on the back of the head. So my suggestion was going to be either that, because that's also the last step of the main central flow, which is really going to help anything and everything. Either that or the 1013. The 1013, again, it's our go-to to start any session. It can be a complete session in itself. And it's a second depth flow, which if we dive in a little deeper and look at the lumbar circle, we'll see that the second depth is where fourth depth projects are caused. So if you're looking to work with the kidney energy, then working with that 1013 is also going to support that.
Do you have an option that's different from the 1013? Because we went to the 2615 because for our initial centering, because Whiskey's like, nope, no 1013.
Okay, was it the 10 or the 13, or was it both?
It's got to be the 13.
Okay, so we'll go with Adele's baby math. We have two other options to connect with the 13. 22s, which is a little kind of close to the chest, so that might not be the best option. Or the 4s.
Okay.
At the back of the head.
Right.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Kelly.
Yeah.
I was following along with Tate with the center 10 and 13, and I know with Whiskey that's not a great option, but 13 of course is also a 4, and sometimes I find my animals will rest over my shoulder where I can just kind of lovingly hug and hold and get a hold of those 4s, or kind of cradle like a baby. Sometimes if we find those creative ways to get into the safety energy lock where they don't necessarily realize, where you're just kind of scratching or holding in a different way other than I'm using this contact to give you Jin Shin Jyutsu. So keep experimenting, because I think Whiskey will show you, for lack of a better word, a better way with Whiskey to do it.
Yes, she has definitely done that. And I was amazed how she showed me when it was time to go to the next thing. But she does, she actually covers her 13s all the time. Hey, sweetie, go. Oh, see, now we can see a 13, but usually she covers it. What do you think, sweetie? What a good girl. What a good dog.
And that's something else, Melissa.
Yes.
If you have to maybe trick her a little bit and move that hand on the 13. Our girl Mahina, if my hand stays still on her for more than 3 seconds, she's out of there. So I always have to have one of my two hands, or she's not going to sit for me. So that's always a good way to get in if they're acting like, what are you doing? You don't know how to pet. Move your hands a little bit and then slowly let them settle in.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well,
Thank you.
somehow this hour is going quickly, but we're going to take 2 more questions from Donette and from Yvonne, and then Susan, if possible, has our Christmas visitor. So, Donette, did you want to?
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Adele. Thank you, everyone. I'm helping a friend of mine. She has a 10-year-old. I don't know the breed, this little dog, and he has just a lot of energy. He's just very, not squirrely, but he's very independent. Oh, long story short, he had a cancerous tumor on his liver, which has been removed, and he's having oral chemo now. And so I have been, my friend Ellen, she knows how to do Jin Shin Jyutsu self-help. So I have been guiding her with the 1013, which has been, to start with, which has been quite a challenge, but he is starting to settle down, especially when she meditates. After she really centers, he is starting to accept and receive 1013. Now, he just started to show, it's been about 3 weeks he's been on the chemo. He's just starting to show some side effects, such as throwing up, poor appetite, and bowel movements. He's not uncontrolled. He won't go out. And then that'll go for a couple of days. And then he gets his chemo pill every day. But in general, he comes back after a while. I was just wondering if there are any ideas about supporting. Now that he's more receptive to the 1013, I was going to guide her with the spleen, the anchor flow, the anchor step for the spleen. But I was just wondering if there were any other suggestions that might be able to help him. Oh, he's this little dog, and his name's Bruno. It's just the cutest. I love his energy. Anyway, thank you very much.
Beautiful. Okay, let's see. Where'd my faculty go? Tate, we're back to you again. We're making you work today. Oh, but he might have froze, huh? No?
Oh, there he is.
Okay.
Sorry, I was muted. Hi, thank you for your question. Sounds like your boy is in the thick of it right now. A lot of what you were bringing to us brings me to the 15s. one of I walk I walk dogs as part of my living. So I spend a lot of time with a lot of different dogs. And I find that
Ooh, did we lose Tate? He doesn't have a great connection. Tell you what, I'm gonna jump to
I'm
Robin.
back.
Oh, he's back. Okay. 15s. I love that idea.
So the 15s, yeah, the dogs will back right up to you. You just curl your hands right in those, the inside of those back legs. And that's going to be really supportive of helping his body to process through all of the chemicals of his treatments, among so many other things. You know, helping to wash his joy with heart, with helping to wash his heart with joy and laughter, which is hugely beneficial in the healing process as well. So that's my quickie.
Beautiful. And I hate to do this, but we're going to have to move forward because we're at 11:59 already. Various other things are happening, so I can't run too much over. But Yvonne, did you have a question? Oh, you're muted.
Okay. I just have it's a bit of a strange question, but my pony literally doesn't like JSJ directly on him. You know him, he's a bit special that way. So what I do with animals that sometimes don't like to be directly touched, I just take another animal and work over the animal. But I was always wondering, is that kind of cheating on the wee one? Because I kind of feel as if I'm cheating him because I'm always working on the big one, and because he just, every time I keep up the maintenance, because I just do it for no specific reason, he only lets me touch him. Well, it obviously lets me touch him, but it's just if it's something super serious, I can literally just touch whatever's sore, but no flows, no specific flows or whatever. Is that cheating on him, or just sometimes it feels so bad on him?
No, energy
what it
is
is like.
energy, and it goes to need, and we can only do good. And when those two are so bonded, it lifts everything. Absolutely.
I just thought Melissa could maybe work, if she wants a longer session, she could maybe work on another animal as well. Well,
yeah,
her or his best friend, Whiskey's best friend.
Yeah, that's a good possibility too. Yeah. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Susan, I've lost you.
I'm here.
Are you here? Do
I
you?
am, but our special guest has gone back down to the run. So
Oh,
we
he
have a new
has.
special guest. Kelly has Bodhi there. So let me find Kelly, and
There's Kelly.
we're gonna, if I can get there quick enough. There's Mr. Bodhi.
Hi, Bodhi, can you say hi to everybody? Bodhi is our Pyrenees rescue. He says, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy belated Hanukkah.
Yeah.
So good. So good. Well, and the other visitor who was going to come, for those of you who got my MailChimp a couple weeks ago when I was looking for a home for a little dog who was somewhere between deaf and hard of hearing. He's been regaining his hearing, and that's because he's been adopted into a most miraculous family. So Susan and I wanted to see how many miles we could drive. We got in the car a couple Saturdays ago, or Fridays, Saturday, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and headed towards each other. And Susan is now, his name was Pratt for a place he was found in. And well, I'll let you tell.
I'd be happy to. Yeah, his new name is Dewey. And actually, let me spotlight myself so everybody can see where we're at. There we go. His new name is Dewey, and he is 7 months old. And thanks to Adele working with him, we have determined that he is not completely deaf. He does have some hearing issues, and we're going to get him tested hopefully in the next month or two. But he's doing really well. He, I think the first 48 hours, we were kind of wondering if it was a great idea because he had more energy than everyone in our house. So that was a bit of a challenge, but he's doing much better. He's got a routine. He goes to work every day. He knows where he's supposed to go, what he's supposed to do. And luckily he's not eating our socks. So his other issue was that he was eating the socks of the kids that he lived with. So he had already had surgery to remove the socks from his tummy. So far so good. We're satisfying him with chew toys and Nylabones and all kinds of other things that he can successfully chew without doing anything naughty. But it was just real interesting to get to know him and to find some of the other abuse things that were going on in his prior situation. So we've just been trying to work through all of that and get him calmed down. And it was I think day 6 was the day that he really started to relax and just sat and chewed instead of having to pace and run.
In the 30 years of work I've been doing, he was a unique case. He was adopted as a puppy, and then he was yelled at extensively and punished for not listening. And when the refuge went to get him, he was surrendered or abandoned, really. They determined that he was deaf, like pots and pans clanging, nothing. But over time, as I worked with him, and I worked with bladder, very simple flow, but bladder to reduce fear, but bladder also helps hearing. And as we reduced his fear, he seems able to hear. And it just demonstrates one more time that Mary, that it starts in the attitudes. So thankful for this community and our ability to lessen fear a little bit on the planet. And just before we finish, I need to see, I think it's clear that Sue Sherman is way up there in the, hers isn't ugly. Hers is actually festive. I think I just have to show you this one. Someone gave me this, someone who likes me gave me this. I mean, you've got to admit, that's ugly. But anyway, all right. Is there anyone else? Raise your hand if you want to be in this hardcore competition for ugly and or festive. Competition is too rough. I can feel it. Yeah. All right. I don't see Sue. Did Sue have to get off, I wonder? Anybody see Sue Sherman?
I wonder if she had to go.
She may have had to go. All right. Well, she's still going to get a festive holiday dressing award of, like, I think she doesn't have the large charts. She's probably going to get a large chart, but she won't know that till she listens to the replay. Anyway, I want to thank you all for coming this morning and spending time with us. There will be new classes coming in the new year. Hopefully, we're meshing in-person classes and online. You've spent a little more time with some of my fabulous faculty now. They will hopefully be starting in-person classes as well and online. So stay tuned on my website. Not as good on Facebook as I ought to be. Maybe that'll be the New Year's resolution. We'll see how long that lasts. And we will be coming back with a teachable class in the new year as well. So I wish you all blessings and health and peace and good wishes for the new year. Thanks for coming this morning. Love to all. Bye-bye now.
Thanks, everyone.